Okay. I will also tell you that it's a little hectic in my house right now. We just had one of my kids' concerts. So two of my kids are showering and the other one just went to go ice with my husband. So if you don't hear any of them throughout this, it's going to be a small miracle. But that's what we do, right? We're moms, we're dads. That's just the way life is. Okay. So just to start off, my name is Colleen Camiso, 3-star National Marketing Director, and I've been with Nerium for 2.5 years. So really quickly, so you can kind of relate a little bit to me, my background is teaching. I was a teacher for 16 years, taught 3rd grade, and I've been blessed enough with Nerium that I am now able to stay home with my kids. So it's a huge blessing for me, and it's a little bit of a shock for me right now. Okay, see it. It's a little bit of a shock for me right now because normally I'm like thinking, June's coming, it's going to be summer vacation. But now that I'm home all year, I'm kind of like, oh my God, June's coming. That means my kids are going to be here every day with me. What am I going to do? So it's kind of a different take this year, but love it, love all of it. So all of you that are not in the Northeast are probably like, what is she talking about? Yes, our kids are still in school to the end of June. So we're going to get started. We don't want to keep you on here all night. We're going to be short and sweet and concise and just really to the point of what you guys need to be doing. And let me just share my screen with you so you can walk you through this. And on occasion, I may stop to re-mute all of you. All right. Let's see. Give me 1 second to get my desktop. Why is this not working? Okay. Hold on. Technology is always fun. There we go. Share. Okay, can you guys see the PowerPoint? Hold on, I can't see you now. Can you guys see that PowerPoint on my screen?
I can see it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Perfect, because I can actually see you. I can only see 4 screens right now, but you are one of the my so that worked out well. All right, and when I make it larger, can you just stay on there for a second? When I make it larger, can you still see it? Can you see that?
Not really.
Yes, you can see that? No, you can't see that?
I can see it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so here we go. We are going to just kind of walk through here. If for some reason my screen goes blank and you can't see something, somebody please unmute yourself. Let me know. But for the time being, if you could all mute yourself, that would be awesome. Okay, so kind of just getting to know your training a little bit and where you guys can be starting as brand new trainers. This is going to be geared towards the brand new people. And really, just when you get started, what you're going to want to focus on is really knowing that this is not going to be easy. So I kind of slid this in here. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. So this is so true. If somebody signed you up saying this is going to be the easiest money you ever made, it probably will be compared to your regular job, but they may not be telling you the full truth. It's not easy, guys. This is a job and this is work. So you want to make sure you understand that going in, because I don't want anyone to have any false pretenses about what this business really is. It is work. And in order to be successful and to get yourself where you want to be, you're going to have to work at it. I can't go back to my screen. Hold on, maybe I can. I'm going to mute everybody.
Am I on mute?
No.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm like, why? Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. All right, got that figured out. Good. All right, now if I can get back to my PowerPoint here. Okay. So thank you. So it's going to definitely be work. Make sure you realize that. But I promise you, if you do the things that are in the system and you do them consistently, it's absolutely going to be worth it. Without any question, you will be so happy that you did it and that you put the work in. So right after enrolling as a brand partner, if no one knows what you're doing, they will never want to purchase from you, right? And it was so funny because we actually were at a market party this past weekend, and one of the women was like, I can't get anybody to buy. Nobody at work will buy. And my sister actually said, so who have you told? And the girl goes, nobody. She's like, well, there you go. I mean, nobody's going to buy it. So you have to make sure you're out there, you're kind of talking about it. You do not have to be a salesperson. That was my biggest thing when I joined. Sales was not a comfortable thing for me. You don't have to go out and be a salesperson. Many of us aren't comfortable with that. Some people are, but most of us are not. And I can tell you in 2.5 years, I've never felt like a salesperson, simply because I've never sold the products. I share them. I talk about them. I have tons of customers, but I don't sell it. You don't need to sell it. Our products are so good that they sell themselves. And also really make sure that you're holding our products up to what they really are. Be proud of them because they are great products. They are, underpriced for what they do. And a lot of people will say, when they're talking about the price, they'll kind of be like, oh, it's this much, and kind of, wither away a little bit when they say it and not say it proud because they think it's expensive. But when you think about what our products do, they are way underpriced for other products out there. Another short little story. We went to Connecticut this past weekend and we went and did a little bit of shopping one day, and we just run this little strip, this gorgeous stores. It was really, really pretty. And they had tons of makeup and beauty places. So we were kind of popping in there and we were looking at all the anti-aging and the vitamins they had on their shelves and all of that stuff. They had eye serums. You guys, the eye serums were like $240. It was none of them were even close to our price point, and I guarantee they don't work like ours do. So you have to be really proud about our products, and when you're talking about them and the price, don't be afraid of it. So you're going to want to make sure you talk with your sponsor. One of the first things you should do is get with your sponsor and talk about what it is you want from the business. Do you just want to make grocery money on the side? Or are you trying to shoot for the stars and go as fast as you can? Make sure your sponsor understands that, because that way they can coach you appropriately. It's different depending on what your goals are. Set your target date. You definitely want to have 3 or free. So we all know that we need to have 3 orders going out in our monthly calendar, right? So it is June. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. So we all need to have, or we want to have 3 orders going out this month. They can be new or they can be old recurring orders going out. And that's how we get our credit for our 3-year free. You also want to make sure you're shooting for that FSQ date. Now, some of you are probably like, oh my gosh, enough with the acronyms. What do all of these letters mean? So FSQ means you fast start qualify. And that simply is if you get 3 brand partners in your first 30 days, you fast start qualify. And you get a bonus of $150, which we'll go into a little bit more later. You can also FSQ with customers. So if you get 9 customers in your first 30 days, you can FSQ that way as well. I believe that's a $75 bonus. Making a 10-in playlist is really important to this business. So that just means when you first join, you're going to sit down and you're going to really think about 10 people that you want to do this business with, that you think would be kind of your key people. And you're going to write them down and you're going to think about how you're going to approach them. Is it going to be with having them over to your house for a party? Or is it someone you're going to sample? Are you going to share a video with them or have a sit-down meeting? But it's kind of your first 10 people that you think of. But I will also tell you, don't get caught up because we all have those 1 or 2 people that we think are shoo-ins, right? We're like, oh my God, this person's going to be perfect. They're going to be amazing. They're going to be my golden ticket. And that person wants nothing to do with it. So that's going to happen. Let's just put it out there right now. That's going to happen. You move on and you move past it, right? I told you it wasn't going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be well worth it. And those are the things I'm talking about when I say it's not going to be easy. You're going to have someone you think is going to join and they're not going to, or someone's going to tell you something negative about the business or whatever. And those are the things you need to be able to move past. Those are the things that aren't easy for us to take at the beginning, and you need to move past those. So scheduling your launch party and inviting. A launch party is really, really important to your business. You want to have a launch party within the first week is really the best time to do it. It helps you get those first few customers under your belt and, kind of get yourself out there a little bit. So we always say plan 2 parties right out of the gate. And I kind of tell them, do it a couple days apart. Do one on a Thursday and one on a Saturday. You're going to get 2 different groups of people. And when they tell you they can't come to the one on Thursday, it's a great time to be like, well, awesome, because I'm also having one on Saturday. So you can come then. So do your new brand partner training in your back office. That is there for you. And that is awesome training. That's kind of a no-brainer. And when I first joined, I did that when my kids went to bed, which I really wish they were right now because they should be. So do your new brand partner training in your back office. Do it when it's convenient for you. When you have a break at work, pop it on for 10 minutes. When your kids go to bed, pop it in. It's great learning. It kind of gives you that little bit of starter confidence, you know, to get out there and start talking to people about it. The Success Planner comes in your kit. This is an amazing tool to help you get started. First of all, it's kind of got like a calendar in there, so you can start thinking about putting your launch party in there and thinking about who you're going to reach out to and when. And then also it has a great page in there called a memory jogger. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't use the memory jogger for a long time because I thought I had all my people in my head. All my people I wanted to write down, I thought were in my head. Hang on one second. Guys, so use that memory jogger because I thought I thought of everybody, but I actually did not. When I went back and looked at my memory jogger, I was like, oh my gosh, I can think of this person and this person and this person. And my list filled up. So use it. It's there for you. And then do the same thing you did with your people who you have your 10 in play. Think about who you wrote on your list. So there's a great spot in your memory jogger for you to write a list. If you don't have your kit yet and you don't have these things, don't even worry about it. When it comes, it's very self-explanatory. And you're going to write down all the people's names you can think of, and then you're going to think about it and say, is this someone I would send a sample to? Is this someone I would send a video to? Would I invite them to my party? Would I send a sample to them? Or is it someone I really want to go sit down and have a conversation with about the business? You know, really thinking about how you would want to approach them. Social media is like a godsend for us. That is our free advertising. Use it. And we're going to talk about it in a minute, how to post and how to do that. Because I will tell you, I was pretty much Facebook illiterate when I started this. I could scroll through, you know, like stalk Facebook, but I didn't know how to put a post up. I didn't know how to like somebody else's post. I never commented. So I had no idea what I was doing. And I was able to learn it very, very quickly. So this is something that is free training, free advertising. Make sure you're using it. And we'll go through that in a minute. There is a system to this business. There is a reason it works. If you ask anybody who's been successful, anybody who's gotten their Lexus, anybody who's gotten the 6-figure mark, any 3-star, 5-star, any of them, and you say, how did you do it? They're all going to tell you the same thing. They follow the system. There is no secret sauce. There is nothing, you know, special, creative, anything out there like that. Good night, sweetie. Love you. It's following a system. So if you do the things we say to do, you will be successful. It's inevitable. This business sets you up for success. And that's just multi-level marketing in general. When you take that and you add what Miriam has and their products and the way that they're blowing every other company out of the water and follow the system, there's no way you're not successful. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be in the time frame, but if you are consistent, you will be. So sharing with 2 people a day is going to be your biggest key item, your biggest activity. If you can consistently share with 2 people every single day, good night, sweetie. If you can share with 2 people every single day, you will be successful. Good night, sweetie. So make sure you're doing that and be accountable. Be accountable. If you're not doing the activities and things aren't happening for you, say, you know what? I'm not doing it. And that's why I'm not being successful. I need to start. The great thing is you can start doing them anytime. You can fall back. There are plenty of times that I'm having a slow month or things aren't going the way I want. And I have to be honest with myself and say, am I sharing with 2 people every day? And my answer, if it's not going the way I want, is always no. And the next day I start scheduling them out and things turn around. So being accountable to yourself and being accountable to the system and what you should be doing, because it's all laid out for you. Okay, so when you do your launch party, choose a fun name. Do not call it a launch party or an RRP, which we call them a lot now too. Don't call them that. Nobody's going to come. Don't even call it your Miriam party. And, just make it fun. Make it like, I don't know, there's tons of different names out there. The Sip and Spa, you could put the eye patches on people, or the Youth Factor, different fun names. There's a million different names. You can ask in your feeds, and people will have tons and tons of fun names for them. You can just be like, hey, you want to come over and hang out? I have something I want to share with you. Make it totally low key. It is not one of those parties where you expect everyone to come and everyone's going to feel guilty because they came and you made your best dips so they feel they have to buy something. It shouldn't be like that. This is a fun, low key. There's no show to put on. It's just hey, I want you to come over and hear about these awesome products. Do not send out an invite on Facebook. Nobody will come. Mark my words. We've seen it enough times. If you blast an invite to your entire Facebook crew, no one's going to come. It's just the way it is. Use personal invites. Call people. Text people. Send them a personal message. Get an old-fashioned paper invite and hand it to people. And also invite with your why. I have personally found that if I'm just like, hey, if I make it sound like it's a party and they're like, oh God, it's one of those things, I want to go, they're not going to come. If I invite with my why and say, hey, listen, I have found this amazing thing that's going to help my family financially, and I would love for you just to come over and support me, they're going to come. Everybody wants to help somebody. They don't want to be suckered into going to a party, but they do all want to come and help support their friends. So if you can invite that way, I promise you're going to get twice as many people to come. And you know what? It is a party too. So we all know that with these types of parties, last minute, people cancel, things happen. Don't let that discourage you. I've been to plenty of them where one person has showed up and the person cries because their business is never going to work. And guess what? It does. They're going to be very successful. But we've also learned through the years that there's better ways to invite and to do it to get more people there. So using those personal invites and really inviting with your why and why you want people there and why it's important that they come, will get more people there. So the phone is obviously most effective. If you guys could mute, I can't even see you guys. So I don't know who's unmuted, but if you guys can mute your phone, that'd be great. So using the phone is obviously most effective. Letting someone hear your voice. Keeping it simple and duplicatable. Do not make it some fancy schmancy thing. If people come to your house or come to a restaurant and you do a party and it's really low key and fun, somebody there might be thinking, I could do that. This business sounds great and I think I could do that. But if you make it really upscale and uptight and a show, people sitting there are going to be like, I can't do that. So keeping it simple and duplicatable is key. And piquing curiosity. Number one, do not have tons of product out. You can have one of each product. Write that down. You're only allowed to put out one of each product. Why? Well, we don't want your guests leaving your party with everybody having a sample in their hand. That's not what your party's for. That is not for sampling. You sample outside of your party. When people come to your party, that is where you're trying to get customers and brand partners. So you really talk about the 30-day money-back guarantee, and you let them try it while they're there. They can put the night cream on their hand and see how it feels. They can put the eye serum on the patches, try the Youth Factor, so that they can try it right there, but they're not walking out that door with a sample. Got it? Everybody put on your paper, big circle with the word sample in a minute, sample in the middle of it, and they're lying through it. There's no samples going out at your party. And why? We say that, and then all the time, I go to parties all the time, and I hear the person say, oh yeah, you can try it. I'm like, no, no, they can't. They can try it for 30 days. If somebody wants to buy it, they can try it for the 30-day money-back guarantee, and if it doesn't work for them, we'll happily give them money back. And have lots of before and afters. There's so many people out there on Facebook that have these amazing before and afters, and just so you guys know, you can copy any of those pictures. So when you're on Facebook and you see a picture and you're like, wow, that's a great one, save that picture, and then you can repost it on your own. So we'll go through that right now. So Facebook and social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, some of you that are out there probably know way more about this stuff than I do. Like I said, I couldn't even use Facebook when I started. But you need to be posting on Facebook or social media at least once a day, right? It's like your business is open. And I kind of tell people it depends how much you're on Facebook before how much you post. If you're someone who posts 10 times a day, then you can be putting 3 Nerium posts in there. If you never post, maybe 1 is fine, you know, but if it's kind of in the middle, you could do 2. So it's just kind of one of those things. If you never post and then all of a sudden you're posting 5 Nerium posts a day, it's a little weird. But if you post all the time, you know, judge that on your own. And the peak hours when people are on Facebook the most is between 6 and 8 a.m. and 8 and 10 p.m. So those are great times to send your posts out. And literally it takes 30 seconds. I lay in bed in the morning before I wake up. I just kind of scroll through and say, oh, there's a good one. I copy that picture and then I repost it on my Facebook. It takes me 30 seconds. So it's a very fast way to get the message out there. And it's free. It's free advertising. But do not rely totally on that. I will hear people say, well, I haven't gotten a customer in a while and I keep posting on Facebook. I'm like, well, have you talked to anybody? No. Have you sent a sample out? No. Have you done a party? No. That can't be your only system for getting customers and brand partners. It's a great one and people will be watching, but it can't be your only one. So on that note, when you start posting, do not freak out if no one is commenting on your post or no one is liking them. Okay, they're like a commercial. At first I was like, oh my gosh, nobody's commenting. But Nerium people will kind of go on and comment on there. But then what you'll find is people are watching and they'll end up private messaging you. They don't want to post on your comments. So don't worry about that if that's not happening. Just keep doing it. They're watching, they're watching, they're watching. I still have people now 2.5 years later, if I'm writing me and saying, okay, fine, yeah, look, I gotta try it. So they definitely are watching you. So like I said before, when you see someone post a picture you like, save it. And if you don't know how to do that, it's very easy. You just click on the picture and it hits save. And then you can go in and repost it.
Put him on the bed.
Don't share somebody else's post. So don't go to the share button when you see someone's and hit share. That's going to share everything they wrote, their name, their information. You copy the picture. You can copy what they wrote, but you have to go into your own Facebook page and post it as your own. And only, try hard to post ones that are similar position and similar lighting. It's difficult. And I tell people all the time because they will question you. They'll say, oh, it's not the exact same lighting. My response is, we are just people in our bathrooms taking a selfie. So go in your bathroom and take a selfie, and then you can wait 5 minutes, don't even move, and take another one, and it will not be the same lighting. So I kind of give it right back to them. You want to make it as close as you possibly can. Save yourself, the skeptics that want to catch you on that. And write just a simple, brief post about the picture, to the point and brief. No one's going to read a really long message about the picture. They're just not. I also, at the bottom, you can't really see that, but it says don't post a bunch of pictures together. Sometimes a collage is fun, but on average, do just a before and after. And that is going to get the most bang for your buck. That is what catches people's eyes. If you have a whole collage and people have to click on it and open it up to figure out what you've got on there, they're not going to. So a simple before and after and a really, really quick, brief message about what it is going to get you the most bang for your buck on that. And hanging your sign, utilizing your success planner. Do not try to reinvent the wheel. There are oftentimes people join and they may be awesome in sales, or they may have been really great at their jobs, and then they're like, oh, I've got this, I know how to do it, and they go running on their own way. And I'm telling you, 99.9% of the time, hopefully they come back around and say, okay, that didn't work for me, but they're like, oh, this doesn't work. It's like, well, no, what you did doesn't work. If you follow the system, it works. Do not reinvent the wheel. It's here for a reason. It's made successful for a reason. And stepping out of your comfort zone. Your success lies right at the edge of your comfort zone. This business was a huge step outside my comfort zone. Huge. But that's what it takes to get the reward. And that 20 seconds of courage is huge. We say it all the time. Like a lot of times we'll post in our groups, okay, everyone's gonna do 20 seconds of courage today, go. And then they can start commenting in there at what they did. That 20 seconds of courage of just talking to someone you wouldn't normally talk to, or just opening your mouth and saying something. How many times do we want to say something and we walk away and we don't? And we're like, oh, right? That feeling is so much worse than if that person had said no or go away or whatever. Don't get that feeling. Just use your 20 seconds of courage. Speak to people about it. And you're going to feel so good about yourself. Mastering the mundane. Jeff Olson says this all the time. He's like, master the mundane. He became a master of the mundane. And that is why he's so successful. And that is why the people who are successful in the business are coachable and just mastering the mundane, doing it over and over and over and over again. Consistency and persistency is long-term results. And I want to just talk really quickly because we don't have a ton in this PowerPoint about this, but that consistency and persistency equaling long-term results is just 1000% true. What you need to understand that goes along with that is mindset. Because being consistent, and persistent is not going to always end in reward every time. And sometimes we go without reward for a while and we get discouraged, right? And we're like, okay, I'm doing what they're saying and I'm not where I want to be yet. You have to be able to get over that mindset and be like, but if I can consistent and persistent, keep going, it will come. I'm telling you, it will come. If you can stay consistent doing those things and listening to your upline. And when they say to you, I get it, you wanted to be here and you're not there yet. But you will be, because they've seen it happen over and over and over again. The only way to fail in this business is to quit, guys. The only way to fail is to quit. So if you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, you keep doing it, you will be successful. So your new goal is to start out as a new brand partner. This is what I tell people all the time, like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Just keep saying number 3, right? If you can get 3 customers and 3 brand partners, you're going to be extremely successful. So I'm like, okay, your first goal, they're like, what do I do? How do I start? I'm like, get 3 customers and we're going to work on 3 brand partners. They're like, okay, how do I do that? So how do you do that, right? Well, you do that by posting on Facebook, by having your launch party, by talking to 2 people a day. That's it. That's it, right? It's not really that hard. So if you can focus on 3 customers, 3 brand partners every month. Okay, I'm trying to, that's every month's goal. 3 customers, that's still my goal every single month. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for 3 customers and 3 brand partners. Do I get those every month? No, but that's my goal. So by having that goal, it drives my activity. Okay, how am I going to do that? I'm going to post on Facebook. I'm going to talk to 2 people. I'm going to have a party. So your first goal is those 3 customers to get your product for free. Then you want to get 6 customers. You have 6 total. Then 3 more would give you 9. Once you get to 9, you've maxed your CAB, meaning you're earning the most on all of your customers, which is great. You also want to talk to the sponsor about setting the FSQ date, the Fast Start Qualifying date, so you can get that bonus. And the iPad bonus, this is a huge, awesome bonus they have for us. So the iPad bonus is if you get 3 people on your team in 60 days, and altogether you get a volume of 4,500, so you hit director, you earn a free iPad. And if you don't want the iPad, you can do $350 in cash. Okay, so immediate ways to get paid. You're going to get paid on all of your new customers. That's your CAB bonus, your customer acquisition bonus. So that's what you make off of each new customer. You also get paid every time you sign up a new brand partner. You get paid on that, on that new person's kit. You get paid in free products through your 3-year free program. You get paid with the Nerium Gives Back. So you should never be buying your own products, because between the 3-year free program and Nerium Gives Back, you should always be getting your free products. So you shouldn't be buying anymore. So Nerium Gives Back is whenever you get a customer or a brand partner, Nerium gives you points towards free product. You get paid commissions. So your commissions check is as you start to build a team, you start to earn off of all of your team. So you're going to really want to drive your weekly checks. So at the beginning, every Wednesday, so from Wednesday to Wednesday, whatever I did that week, I was going to get paid on the following Wednesday. So I knew what my check was going to look like. And the higher my weekly check was, the better my business was doing. obviously, right? Because you're getting more new customers, getting brand partners. If you are not getting paid weekly, you're not working your business. So you really want to be, and I kind of used to judge it from Wednesday to Wednesday. I wanted a paycheck every single Wednesday, so I knew I had to do some activity, get some activity that Wednesday to Wednesday before. So I would get a new customer or a brand partner, however it worked, but I wanted to get that check. I don't think in 2.5 years I've ever gone a Wednesday without getting a paycheck. So that's really important. In the beginning, it's all your new things you've got going on. As you advance, so as you get higher and you actually start building a team, then you start earning differentials and your pay becomes more complex. So you also are still working on that weekly paycheck, but now you're getting another monthly paycheck. That's kind of what your team and you are all doing. So there's a lot of ways to get paid. So really working your business is going to be huge for you. So there's some compensation videos in the compensation plan that you definitely want to kind of look over. Some people know it like the back of their hand. Some people are like, hey, I'm getting paid. So kind of fall in the middle there. And activate your Paylution account. So your Nerium wallet, you should have gotten an email about how to activate that. And that's actually where all of your money goes when you get paid. And then you can take that money and leave it there, or you can take the money and you can put it on a Visa, or you can transfer it to your bank account. So I actually love that it goes in a separate account, because if it just went right into my own bank account, it's gone and no one knows where it goes. So I love that it goes to a separate one. So your first promotions, and I'm sorry, I know I'm talking fast, but your first promotions, like we talked before, FSQ, Fast Start Qualifying. So that's if you get 3 brand partners in your first 30 days and you have 1,000 GQB. That means together you've all done 1,000. Then you're going to FSQ with brand partners and you get that $150 bonus. The Director iPad bonus is 3 brand partners and $4,500 in volume within 60 days of your sign-on date. So setting goals and high payoff activities to achieve them, map out what you want. Really be clear and make sure your sponsor knows. And guys, if your sponsor is brand new or they don't really know, go to the person above them. This is your business and you really need to make sure that someone is there to help you. And don't be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go above my sponsor, even though they're brand new too. They don't really know what they're doing. Go to someone who can really help you and, maybe do a little meeting with you guys to walk you through how to set your goals and how to map them out so you know what activities you need to be doing to get there. Don't set yourself up for failure. Keep your goals realistic. When I started, I wanted to make grocery money. It's like, okay, if I can make grocery money, I'll be super excited. And I was able to do that. Then I set my next goal. So keep them realistic. Don't be like, I'm going to get my Lexus next month. You might be discouraged. That doesn't happen. So just keep them realistic. And small wins add up and keep you from the downward spiral. Every little thing you do, every time you message someone or you talk to someone new, that's a win. That's a win. So remember that and be like, pat yourself on the back. That's a win. And keep going with that. And don't worry about what comes from it at that time. Just keep doing the activities. Okay, just a couple of important things for you to know. The Nerium customer service, that's the phone number. And if you have something you need to email to support, it's just support@nerium.com. This bottom one is really important. You're going to want to text the word real to 59769. So just put in your text message 59769 and in the message part put real, and they will send you text messages every time there's a corporate call, any corporate updates, information like that. It's really handy. I would never remember when all the calls were if they didn't text me. Sorry, I want to make sure everybody got that, or you can screenshot it. Okay, so if it's important to you, you will find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse, and it's 1000% true. And I'm just going to stop on this really quickly and say that I really feel getting to events is huge. So if you have market parties or regionals, go to them. If this business is important to you, you'll find a way to go. I go to every single one, unless I'm out of town. And it's not always convenient, but if it's important to me, it's important to me, so I find a way. If it's not important, you'll find an excuse. And that's with everything in this business. If it's important for me to build my business, I'll find a way to do my 2 exposures today. If it's not, I'll find an excuse as to why I was too busy to do it. Kind of always sticks in my head. Last one for my brand new people, and then there's just a few more of those of you who want to stay on. This is the business right here. 10 core commitments. If you're doing these, you will be successful. You know, we always say, are you 10 core? You know, I'm 10 core. So getting started right, doing your fast start qualifying, your 2 exposures, going to meetings, staying tied in is huge, you guys. Staying tied in with a group of people, I wouldn't have succeeded without that. No way. Watching the Nerium Universities weekly, going to your regionals every month, going to the corporate events, who's going to conference. I mean, it's going to be awesome. If you're brand new and you signed up last month, you have a free ticket. I'm telling you, do whatever you have to do to get there. You will never regret it. You will never walk out of it and be like, man, I wish I hadn't come. Committing to your personal development. Someone needs to mute themselves. I can't see who it is because I can't see any of you. Can you guys mute your computers? Committing to personal development. This is one of the most important things you can do. Is that me echoing? One of the most important things you can do. Is that me echoing? Hold on. Thanks. Hang on. Oh, am I still echoing?
No.
No. I'm not echoing to you guys?
No.
I'm not echoing to you guys?
Yes, you're still echoing.
All right, well, maybe we'll stop there. Hang on. Is that better? No. All right. Well, that was the last one. And I don't know why it's echoing. It's really annoying to continue. So taking those things, being 10 core, it just went on a little bit more in depth with the slides you went over. So this is recorded, which I'll send out to you guys. And I'm sorry, I don't know why it's doing this weird echoing thing. But we got through the gist of it, and I really appreciate you all hopping on tonight. And I can't stand to hear myself like this anymore. So I hope you all have an awesome night. Guys.